Hey guys, today I'm going to show y'all how to go ahead and set up Audible Intelligence. It's actually a fairly simple process. There's two different ways. Okay, I already got a player out here just so I can easily set things up more easy. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go ahead and set up a new prefab, which I already have set up on here. Okay, just so you know, this is open source. Alright, here's all the information I put in here for now. I might add another document. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Alright, we're going to go to prefabs. This is the easiest way. Alright, we got a standard edition and a web player edition. The only difference between the two is the web player edition, you have to have authorization through your browser to activate the microphone. That's the only difference. Okay. And right now we're on web player, so might as well go ahead and do web player. Alright, I'm just going to drag the player up, and I'm going to, put them up over the ground. Okay, now that's obviously the easiest way to set this up, is drag the player out. Now the way this is set up, alright, we got web player, that's just the parent. You don't even really need to pay no attention to that. The good stuff is what's inside. Okay. Now we got just another empty game object where we put all of our player stuff. Alright, now this is our actual player. Okay, there's anything special about it. We just got our movement script that I made and the mouse look script that comes with standard assets. That's it. Now, here's where all this stuff starts happening. Obviously we have our camera, our camera. Okay. But this is the most important part, is this, which is just a sphere. That's all it is. It's a sphere marked as trigger. Make sure it is directly in the center of your player. And the original character I was using was a character controller just for testing. But I figured I'd just make my own just so I can show y'all how everything's done. Which everything is thoroughly commented. Completely, every single line that has a code on it is commented on here, so I explain everything perfectly in the code. Alright, now the part that took me a minute to figure out what the rigid body was, I had to put all these freezing constraints and stuff, because for some reason if I didn't, this thing would slowly just start coming out even though it's attached to the player. It's not using forces or nothing to move, it's just doing transform translate, so I don't know why it was flying out like that. But yeah, so if you want to replace this character, this capsule, just make sure you remove this from the player like that, and then just delete your player, make a new one. I'm just going to revert back, and just make sure you put this onto your player model so it's a child of it. You can put it wherever you like. It could be way out here if you want, but I would recommend putting it like, in the middle. That way it's at least better, I suppose. But, yeah, that's pretty much how you set that up, the first step. Now, of course, I want to show you how to just completely create a new character, which we're not going to do coding. I'm just going to drop the code on it. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to just go ahead and create an empty. Alright, and we're going to name you player. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Parent. Okay. Now we're going to create another one, just like the other one up here did, player stuff. Now we're just going to put player stuff. Okay, now we're going to make that a child of player parent. Now we're going to go ahead and create, it doesn't matter, I guess, another capsule, I guess. Let's go ahead and just pick you up and go ahead and make you a child of player stuff. Okay. There's that. Now as you can see, it's not exactly lined up perfectly. So we're going to fix that. We're going to make you axis of 0, and we'll just make you all 0. How about that? And we're going to, okay, you're good, and you're not. So we're going to 0 you out. Alright, now we just want to raise you up, I think, 1 unit, I believe. 1.2, good enough. Okay, our character is over the ground. You know what, we'll make you 1.3, just so you don't fall through. Okay, Now, as you can see, you obviously got 3 characters on here. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. We don't need it no more. I'm going to keep that one. Okay, we got our player parent, player stuff, and our player. This is our actual player, so we're going to name you player. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure we're lined up. Press F to do that. Now we're going to create a camera. Put it up there like that. And we'll change the clipping plane. We'll change you to, I guess, 1, so we don't render the player. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to put you on player, make you a child of player. Now we're going to create a sphere. This is the trigger for the microphone. Okay, we're going to make a sphere. We're going to name it microphone input. It doesn't matter what it's called. Sorry, I really am tired. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and it's 5:22 now, working on this, trying to fix it up. Okay, microphone input. Okay, it doesn't matter what it's called, as long as it's, well, on a child of your player. Now we got the same setup we do over here. Completely the same. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Now, there's 2 ways we can go about doing this. I can either just, well, click on the player and drag this audio source to my other one. Oh, I guess you can't do that. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and scale it down just a little bit so it's still inside the player. Sorry, guys. Alright. We're going to go to Scripts, Input, Microphone, and this is a... we'll just do standard. Okay. We'll just drop it on there. Now I think I gotta default some of the setups before I upload this package. We got 500.5.2. Let's just check it. 500.5, then 0.2. I'll explain what all this does in a minute, even though I've commented everything in the code, but I'm still gonna do it anyways. Alright, we got, of course we gotta do the audio source, okay. 110.30. Okay, 110.30, okay. Now we need to add an audio source. And that is it. Okay. Well, we still got to put our movement script. Okay, which isn't that hard. It's just putting on another script. Well, 2. Okay. Player move. We'll make you move at 6 units a second. And we're going to do a mouse look for the x-axis. I'm just going to leave you alone. Now I'll go to camera and put mouse look on you. And we'll do Y. Okay. Now when you go back to player and add a rigid body. And we'll go ahead and just knock all those out like I said before. And it is completely playable now. As you can see, you could just create your own character. All that matters is that sphere. Everything else is, well, just normal stuff. Okay. Now, the reason I have it named player parent, player stuff, player, or standard player, which is the prefab name, that's just irrelevant. But the main reason why we need player, make sure your player is always called player with a capital P. Well, it really don't matter. I want to show you all in a second actually. The enemy, this is our enemy right here, okay? We're going to open up the script just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Plus you'll get a little glimpse of how everything's commented. See, perfect, it's all commented, every single line. This part right here, public transform player. I tried to do a private transform player just to find it, but it wasn't working. So you got a public transform player. Okay. And as you can see, we got, actually it doesn't matter what it's called because it's not finding. Okay, never mind, it can be whatever you want to call it. Sorry about that. I'm very tired. Well, anyways, I might as well go over the script while I'm here. Okay, you got public transform player, which is your player. Player heard, time to search, speed. Okay, I'm not going to go over all this. You can read all that whenever, if you want to get this. But alright, this is our player. This tells us that the player is heard. Now, if he is heard, we want to search for the player for 5 seconds. Okay? And we want to go by the flow to speed, which on here is 2. Okay? But, yeah, that's pretty much how you set it all up. That's the only 2 ways that I can think of, which I would prefer just going to the prefab and drag and drop. But if you didn't, there's always that way. Okay. Now we might as well go ahead and test this out. Let's delete player parent. No, standard player. That's the old one. This is our new one. And we should see if this works. Actually, we need to add a rigid body to that too. Unless you want to add them to your enemies, which for this, there ain't no reason to. Let's add it to here and freeze all the positions. So, yeah. It should work. Oh, yeah, let me add my audio source. Okay. Alrighty, let's try this out. Hello? Oh, we got a problem. Let's see. Microphone input. Yeah, it's not working. We're about to find out why. That's weird. Let me pause this. I'll get right back to y'all. Yeah, there wasn't no problems with the code or nothing. It turns out that the standard version just doesn't work inside of web player mode, so I had to switch it back to PC. I'm going to put that in the readme and all that too, just so people know. Yeah, let me just go ahead and start it up real quick. Let me back out. Make this bigger. Alright. Let me go to my player up here so you can see things better. Okay. As you can see, there's my voice making it move in and out. Oh. Now, you can adjust the amplitude and all that. Let's see if it'll do it while it's working. Yeah. Okay. See, that's how you make things bigger and smaller. You just adjust the amplitude. I'll put you back on 0.2. Okay. Now, as you can see, the enemy just took off. Okay. That's because I didn't select the transformer, drag it in there. So now, if I come up here, let me scream at him. Oh! Now he's coming after me. Yo! Yo! Hey, man. Hey. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, guys, that's how you set all this up. If you have any questions, just look at the contact form that I've placed inside the asset. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy this product.